That's a threat. Don't scratch that either.
You didn't give a Why?
I've only done it once with you.
Scared, Potter?
No, I have better things to do with my life.
No, you don't.
I've been listening to Smut. I don't know.
Sit in that.
Samson, what are you doing, bro? I don't remember what we were talking about. I found out I'm really bad at Wordle because my brain wants it to be a weird word.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't want it to be force. It wants it to be like fork
Farouk or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or yeah.
Bro, what is cat?
The art of storytelling.
Mm-hmm.
The art of stereotyping. What was...
Is that what you took from that?
That's what I almost said. Yeah. What
Okay.
was it that it said? What did Lexi tell us about storytelling?
So I said I need topics for a podcast. Here are a few topic ideas. Words. Number 3, the art of storytelling. Interviews with authors, filmmakers, and storytellers about their creative process and inspirations.
Okay. When I was younger, this is like 7-8 years ago, I was a bad person and watched over David Dobrik before I knew he was a bad person.
Is he?
Yeah.
What did he do?
You don't know?
No.
At all.
The only thing I know about him, and it might not be him, but I'm sure you'll correct me. Doesn't he always do the like, hey, like this post and share, and I'm going to pick like 10 random people to give a car or something?
No, I don't think he might have done it in the past,
Okay.
but he doesn't. I don't know him for that.
Oh, this was forever ago. So
Yeah, he started on Vine back
Okay.
when that was popular, which I never got on the Vine train.
What?
Yeah, I never.
Vine-
I just never watched Vines.
Me neither. I just watched the
The YouTube
compilations of the best Vines because
Right.
like why would I curate it myself? It's already
Yeah.
been done for me.
Why would you sludge through the bad ones just to?
The algorithm already knows which ones I want to see.
Yeah. And then he moved to California to be a Vine dude, man.
Mm-hmm.
And then Vine died, so he started doing YouTube.
Sure.
And he made a lot of short form content on YouTube. Every video he made was 4 minutes and 20 seconds long. Right? Yeah, it was so funny. And he made one every single day, and it was always something that was like exciting, exciting, exciting. Just go, go, go. Action, action, action. Something crazy happens every single episode. And when I was watching, I was like, man, my life, like I have no stories to tell in my life.
Yeah.
I just have nothing to talk about. Watching this, like every day they're doing something that's new and a new story they can talk about and come up. I was very wrong, but we were actually talking about, I jumped what you asked about what he did.
Okay.
So we'll get back to the storytelling where I realized that storytelling is a lot different. And then we'll get back to this.
Wait, which one are we getting back to first?
We're going to get back to him being a bad person.
Okay, he's a bad person.
Yeah. He's a bad person because he exploits his friends or his so-called friends
Mm-hmm.
for content,
Mm-hmm.
right? He has a power dynamic with
And that's
them.
bad.
Yes.
Okay.
He's not like using his power dynamic for sexual gain, but he's using his power dynamic in a similar fashion, but this time it's for like view gain.
Example me. Now.
Example you. Okay. Hey, Jonah,
Oh.
I need you to take this moped and you're going to try to jump over the pool.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And you're going to do this because if I don't, you don't have a platform to make money off of.
Yeah.
So you're going to do this so you stay as part of our group.
Okay.
And then Jonah does it and the handlebar goes through his side and he's in the hospital because it's not safe. Or, hey.
But there's water.
There is water, yeah, but if you jump over and then it hits the edge and then you go into the side.
Ah.
Or, hey, Jeff, I'm going to have you grab onto this rope that is attached to a tractor
Mm-hmm.
and we're going to spin it and you're going to hold on for as long as you can. And then he's going to mess up and Jeff is going to run into the side of it and crush his skull in.
Uh-huh.
But Jeff's going to do it because if he doesn't have as much reach or professional gain. He's not going to have money.
Because of the implication.
Yeah, because of the implication. Or
straight up just said, you will not be popular if you don't do this.
yeah.
Not an implication.
Yeah. Or it's like, hey, Seth, this is the main one that a lot of people go to. He pulled a prank. He has, I can't remember his name. Some older gentleman that was somehow part of their group.
Mm-hmm.
Dress up in...
just some old guy that was somehow friends with him.
Well, it's like they were all 20 and this dude's like 48 or something like that. It was like a random change, you know?
An outlier.
Yeah, it was an outlier. And I
But
can't remember how they met up. But Also, that guy like is started working out, getting jacked, yoked,
Mm-hmm.
doing great. What's his name? I can't
I don't
remember.
know.
It'll come to me one day. But
Joe Rogan.
It was Joe Rogan. So he dressed up in an old man mask, right? And David told this other guy, Seth, that Corinna, which was one of the girls there, and it's a lot of words. David told Seth Corinna wants to make out with him. Seth has a girlfriend.
David
David
told
Dobrik told Seth
that Corinna
yeah.
wants to make out with Seth.
Yes.
Seth has a girlfriend.
Yes. And this is a bit for the episode, for the
And an old man's going to get in here somewhere.
yeah.
Okay.
And the old man, well, what we don't know, or what Seth doesn't know, is Corinna's not there. Corinna's not going to make out with him. It's going to be him, the old guy, whose name I just...
Greg.
Jerry is going to put the mask on, and he's going to be the one that goes and makes out with Seth instead.
Okay, I see.
Now, Seth doesn't want to do this, but because of the implication of this is kind of my way of making a living,
Yeah.
I feel like I need to do it. And then I'll talk to my girlfriend about it afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I mean, who doesn't have a job where you're forced to cheat on your partner with a man in a mask?
Exactly. Nora, see, here's the thing. You can't come over here and then go, like, try to get in his space and then hiss at him when he says, I don't want you here.
Are you victim blaming?
Yeah, Samson's the victim in this case.
Oh.
Because she's trying to accuse him. But, so it happens. He goes and makes out with him. Gets a little tongue in there and everything. And then... the big surprise is...
How do you not know?
He had a whole like face mask on, like a rubber mask.
Yeah.
But how do you not know it's a guy?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like, do you only see neck up? And even then, you can't tell. I don't know. Like,
well, it was like a full Halloween costume, and they had like a rubber mask that they put over their heads, so they look like a creepy old bald man.
okay.
And
I would know.
you would know.
So
And they went. Well, I think Seth was also blindfolded at first.
that would do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
why didn't you just lead with that?
I don't know. I didn't think it was necessary.
How
I
did
didn't
he
think it was
not
part of
visually
the.
tell that this was a dude? Oh, well, they had a mask on. Yeah, but like the rest of his body. Well, he was like in a costume. List. Oh, also he was blindfolded.
I don't remember. That's why I didn't want to mention it. He might not have been blindfolded. Anyways.
Okay.
They make out. He realizes what happened, and he's not comfortable with kissing another dude. He's like, "Hey, I just not my thing. I'm not." Hey.
Don't do it.
He's so mad. Stay mad. Stay mad. Anyways, and then
you're like taunting him as he's walking away, like you just want to fight. Like, what up, cat?
Yeah.
Yeah, walk away.
He ends up like hurting him quite a bit. Right, it ruins his relationship. I think they end up breaking up. His family's not happy with him. It just like a lot of different things.
Okay, not like hurting him physically.
Yeah, not hurting him physically, and he also emotionally felt taken advantage of. Right,
yeah, for sure.
And then at the end of it, David says, "Hey, this is the very end of the episode. Do I have your or actually, this doesn't matter. Do I have your permission to try to do this to you again?" Right.
To do what? Make him kiss a guy?
To trick him again, yeah.
Okay.
Into kissing Jerry. And he goes, How do you have the audacity to tell me, to look at me in my eye sockets and tell me that you're going to trick me again to kiss another dude when I don't want to?
Mm-hmm.
Right? And he's like, you know what, fine, whatever. I'll do it.
Fine, I won't make you kiss a dude.
Right? So there's another episode later on where Seth is trying to make it on his own and not be reliant on this vlog squad.
Okay.
And he is trying to get into commercials and acting and all that. So David sets up a beef jerky commercial.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen this one?
No.
No?
But I feel like it's already playing in my brain, though.
Yeah. A beef jerky commercial, and he makes a whole like production crew. He hires like 30 people for it.
Mm.
They send an email saying, "Hey, we saw your acting tape. We did this. We want you to read a few lines for us." And then he gets accepted. And this is a multi-week like endeavor that they're getting set up together. And then he goes down there and he gets set up for the shoot, but it's a sexy Sasquatch shoot, right?
Yeah.
It's like how you feel when you chew 5 gum, how you feel when you eat Sasquatch beef jerky, type of thing. And
snap into a Slim Jim.
Yeah, And what it ends up doing is while they're doing the sexy part of it, Jerry sneaks in again in a Sasquatch outfit and starts to make out with him.
Mm-hmm.
And then while this is happening, David runs in with his camera and starts laughing and making fun of him. Seth goes like, huh? What? And then opens up and doesn't know what's going on. Sees the cameras, realizes what's happened on. He's hard, right? He wasn't able to control himself in the situation. And he just got him again, like a huge thing, which was another really bad one because he messed with him thinking he was going somewhere. Like finally got
like,
an acting gig.
You know
I don't
what
need
it
to do this
reminds me of?
anymore.
This week's Patreon episode where
Yeah,
you're
the
like,
joke goes too far.
The joke is not like a 10-minute interaction with someone where you're lying or playing a character or whatever because it's funny. It's like, what if we did this for weeks? It's like, bro, you're like puppeteering their life a little bit. That's, ooh, I'm doing the...
Oh, you're me.
Yay.
You're me. Drinking game.
What's the every time Buddy is Brayden, you drink?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I just every time I do this and you did that, so I feel like by extension.
Oh.
We learned last episode that you and I have very similar values that we look for. So like we're pretty much the same person. And you're wearing blue jeans, and I'm wearing like darker jeans, and then you're wearing like a light blue shirt, but I'm wearing a dark blue shirt. We're pretty much the same right now.
It's like I'm Flash, the greatest superhero of all time, and you're
Wally West,
Dark Flash.
Reverse Flash.
Flash.
I'm Zoltar. I mean, which one? What is this?
It's
also,
the reverse. That's the bad guys in that universe.
Can you tell them, for my mental health, what happened the last 2 times we've played basketball?
No.
Why?
I don't remember.
Yeah, I've trauma blocked it. Yeah, actually, I don't want to.
What did happen, Brayden?
Ooh, I just
for the record, I just want to say this.
I found the secret to winning.
Yeah, so look at all of the episodes we've done where I don't say that I won. I won every single time.
Okay.
Every single time. The only times Brayden has won is when he announces it.
It's a rare moment.
How sad.
Now, hey, okay, so I did the math. Ever since we started doing the podcast without Anthony on here, we've played 5 games, 5 episodes.
Okay.
Right? I've now won 3 of them. And I've only mentioned it once, I think. So this is the one. Pretty good. It feels good. I learned the secret.
Off camera,
I realized,
he won't shut up about it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to rub it in his face. Yeah.
I like knock on the door and he's like, "What's the password?" And I'm like, "What password? We don't have a password. I'm just here to do the podcast." And he's like, "Who wanted basketball? What's the password?" And I have to say Brayden.
Every time, yeah. I won't let him in the house if he doesn't. This is so hard to solve when I can't see the colors because of how. Okay, no, you're right. I guess I'm just being a baby.
So. He crushed his hopes and dreams.
And then everything's fine. Nothing ever gets brought up, right? Until a lot of shit starts to hit the fan with...
when it rains, it pours.
Yeah, with Mr. Dobrik here.
Mm-hmm.
And he has a friend named Dirty Dom.
Okay.
What do you think Dirty Dom would have done?
David has a friend named Dirty Dom. Dirty Dan. What do you mean? To like earn the nickname Dirty Dom?
Yeah, like why would somebody be called Dirty Dom? You know?
I would say that he had to... Oh, geez. I'm trying to think of like what I could do because I'm lording my clout over someone and I want to make them do something embarrassing or triggering or something to give me views.
Right.
That results in them being named Dirty Dom. And he probably, not eating something. It's like you could eat something gross, but I don't think that would make you dirty. He got into something gross, maybe toilet stuff.
He's licking toilets. He was like,
something like that, like doing something gross on an airplane toilet seat or rolling in it or.
Right. No, Dirty Dom is just a player. Dirty Dom had the nickname beforehand because he would get with a ton of women.
Okay.
Now,
but his last 3 hookups were actually Jerry.
And Jerry the whole time.
It's like David's whole thing is just like all of the bad stuff where he gets accused of is just him getting people to hook up with Jerry. Like that's this weird obsession.
Right. Well, when David first moved out there, He moved to an apartment with several people, one of them being Dirty Dom.
Mm-hmm.
And then he got more popular. His YouTube videos started getting like millions of views every day.
Mm-hmm.
And he was able to move out and go do his own thing. But he's like, I still want to support my friends, so I'm going to pay for the apartment for him. Mm-hmm. And they would go over there once in a while and they'd make content at that apartment.
Okay.
Well, they went over there once, and the skit was they were going to have a fake party, and Dirty Dom was going to yeah, and Dirty Dom was gonna have go have sex with one of the women that they brought over.
Okay.
Supposed to be a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Turns out this wasn't clearly communicated with anybody, so the women that were involved felt like they had to do that.
Ooh.
So it turned into an essay type of thing, and David just kind of brushed it off and didn't appropriately contact it or address it. And then when that happened, that's when Seth went and said, I felt very like sexually objectified as well. And a whole bunch of things happened where it's just like bad thing after bad thing after bad thing happened to David. Because he's just a bad person.
Just a bad sex devil.
Yeah. And a lot of people were like, I don't want to be associated with him anymore. Some people still are. And unfortunately, it didn't really affect his career much because those are just like 5 or 6 people that had bad experiences. And his videos are still popular enough that people don't care.
Yeah. Interesting. I never knew David Dobrik was a horrible human being.
Yeah.
Anyways. I did know Samson was.
I know. Samson, stop attacking women. It's March.
Wait until April at least. Jeez.
So storytelling, I used to think I don't have any stories.
Oh.
And then I realized that stories are just incredible. Like almost anything is a story. It depends on your view of it and how you tell it.
Okay.
Right? Because you can say, like, oh, what's a really
sandwich?
Sandwich?
I don't know what you're trying to get.
Oh. Okay, give me like an experience that somebody might have experienced, just in general.
Okay. Let's just say, I don't know, 2 dudes are sitting at a table and one of them reaches into the wrong bowl and eats pre-chewed edamame pod.
Okay, yeah. Like, so there's a few ways you can tell a story. One of them that's really lame, and you'd be like, yeah, I was just hanging out with my friend the other day, and I ended up eating out of the wrong bowl. And that's some edamame. Like, oh, that's funny. That's weird.
He spit this thing out, and I grabbed it and put it in my mouth.
Well, you can right. So you can say the one way, just like, yeah, this is what happened, and that's not a story. It's boring. It's lame. Or you can be like, yeah, I was hanging out with my friend Buddy, and we were eating edamame, having a good time, chatting. Now I'm a germaphobe. I don't like other people's germs going in or around my body. So we're eating edamame. I don't know if you've ever done that before, but there's 2 different bowls. You have one that has the the cooked edamame that you haven't eaten yet, and you have one over here that has the leftovers that's already been in someone's mouth. Well, I'm talking and I'm enamored with Buddy. He's going, and I just am so enthralled with what he's talking about. And I end up grabbing from the wrong bowl, not paying attention. I'm looking at Buddy, and I grab that one, and I put it in my mouth, and it's wet, and it's slimy, and it's gross. And I just realized that that was Buddy's edamame that I just grabbed, and it was cold. Yeah, and I ended up indirectly kissing Buddy that day, and that was the start of the budding relationship that we now have today.
How do you think that I subconsciously went to that story because of the whole tricking someone into kissing Jerry?
Maybe, yeah, that's probably.
And so I tricked you into kissing me.
Yeah.
But I didn't do anything. Like there was a clearly defined bowl.
Yeah, I want to make.
I didn't like discard into the wrong.
I want to make it very clear. Buddy and I have never kissed.
That's
what?
Hide the I that says that.
Oh.
We have never kissed.
No, but it's like a super small example, right? But you can add more. Which
reminds me of the opening of one of the It's Always Sunny episodes where Mac and Charlie are telling Dennis a story.
Okay.
But the tone of the episode, you can tell that they've been telling him the story like for like 20 minutes or something.
Yeah.
And the story is, he's like, when they get to the end of it, Dennis is like, just to be clear on the story you just told me, you guys got locked in a stairwell and then a security guard let you out? And they're like, well, yeah, but it's how you tell the story. He's like, how you told the story was by far the worst part.
The worst part of the story.
Yeah.
But then I realized there's a lot of stories in life, and you can just keep doing them. So thanks, ChatGPT. Storytelling.
I was actually thinking about storytelling because I'm re-listening to Red Rising.
Yeah.
And I got to a part and I just realized like the way it's set up is like there's really cool tactical battle with like how they solve the problem in the battle is really cool, and then it cuts to like world building and exploring like the characters' relationships and stuff.
Yeah.
And I just like actively was thinking, I'm like, that's such a cool, like that is what makes this book or the series so cool, is how good the author is at balancing those. Because like if you just did one, the story's broken.
Yeah.
If you just did combat like chapter after chapter after chapter, it'd be terrible. But if you just did relationship stuff, I mean, I guess there's probably books that do just, you can have a really cool relationship dynamics and like characters interacting, I guess. But
right, like the book I'm reading right now could be described as a romance book
Smut,
in a fantasy
I think we got
setting.
that.
Yeah, I've been calling it that because there are like some. So
wait, does it start with 50 Shades?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. Actually, I'm listening it to someone who's doing it audiobook style, and they don't have the actual names of the books on them. So the first one was a.
Wait, what? So you don't know the name of the book you're listening to?
It's a Court of Mists and something. I don't know the actual name.
Okay.
What it's titled, where I'm listening to it, is A Crate of Milk and Futons.
Okay.
Yeah. But the book
sounds
series
like a really shitty ripoff of like a Game of Thrones or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
It's because it comes from a Court of Thorns and Roses, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Thorns or Thrones? I don't know. I've not.
Pretty sure I've heard Thorns.
Thorns
and Roses, and then.
Yeah. The first one was a chutney of Twinks and Rabies. Was the name of the book that they put
What's
on there?
What's a chutney?
I don't know. Look up chutney.
Because I've heard that word before from New Girl.
Yeah.
But what is it? How do you spell it? How do you think we spell it?
Chutney. Or is it chutney? It might be Chuteny.
Chutney. Pulled up a lot of results.
Okay.
Chutney is a condiment or spread made from chopped fruit cooked with vinegar, spices, and sometimes sugar.
So a spread of Twinks and Rabies. That's how I like my spreads. That's like my hummus.
No.
Some people like red pepper hummus. I like chutney of Twinks and Rabies hummus.
Weird.
What?
How did we get to this?
So it's a romance story written in a fantasy world.
Okay.
But it is sex is involved in the stories, right? And they go into detail about it. And the main character might be a little bit of a horn dog. She might be a little like, get that off your mind. You know?
So is this, because there's like two different types of smut. There's like smut for women, smut for men.
Smut for women.
So you're listening to a basically 50 Shades of Grey book, but in fantasy setting, so it feels cooler.
So it feels cooler, yeah. It hasn't gotten bad yet. I've been told each book gets worse. Like the first book, there was like 1.5 scenes that happened. There were some things that were like, that's a little crazy. But it wasn't like bad. And then the second one, the first like 4 or 5 chapters, sex is mentioned every single chapter. Right.
Okay.
And then I guess in book 3, it's even worse. And then book 4, it's pretty much just at that time.
Written by a woman?
Written by a Mormon woman.
Yeah, that's got to be pretty...
Right. Which is really funny because I've been talking to some friends about it. And there's some phrasing that they use that makes me laugh. Mm-hmm. The first sex scene that we have in the book, right, is it's like, and I gasped as he sheathed himself inside me. And I'm like, as he sheathed himself inside you?
Yeah.
What is that? That's such... Okay. Use different terminology. That's weird. Don't do that.
Why? That's true.
It's, yeah. He put his sword in my sheath. I don't know.
My front sheath.
Yeah.
No, I love the men writing women subreddit because it's like that, but like even worse. Like, yeah. Her boobs bounced boobily. Breastily.
Yeah. I've read, that was a weird sip. That was weird. Have you ever had
Are you in space?
Lucas?
Lucas?
Yeah.
Is that a food?
It's like a Hispanic spice candy.
Oh, yes.
That tasted like mango Lucas. That was weird. And it's not
what
mango
flavor
at
is it? Is it your raspberry?
Yeah, it's blueberry lemonade.
Weird.
Yeah, that was weird. I think I might be pregnant.
I thought that poison was supposed to be tasteless. Anyway.
I've read the Dresden Files. And the Dresden Files are a huge, like, Jim Butcher is definitely a fall for that. He is a man writing women.
Love it.
Yeah. So in the first book, I think it's the first book. It might be the second one. There's the main female character, Murphy.
No
and
spoilers.
then there's the main character, Dresden.
Yes.
Dresden is a wizard, and that's the whole premise of it. Actually, a really cool idea, really cool setting. He's a wizard in the sense of, like, you have to kind of do alchemy, and magic is involved, but you need to know a lot about the world for this to happen.
Like a wizard versus like a sorcerer in D&D.
Yeah. Like an actual,
you go, like here are the rule. It's like science, basically.
Yeah, it makes magic a science. Like, I need to do this spell. In order to do this spell, I need all of these different ingredients to make it work. I need this scenario to make this go through. And Dresden is a detective in the world that hunts supernatural things. But a lot of people don't know that they're supernatural things. So it's cool. If you ever want to read it, I would still recommend it. Just know that it's a man writing women type of thing. So
it's funny. I don't know.
Right. He has a whole bunch of different concoctions in his, like, hidden magical laboratory at his apartment. And one of them is a love potion that Murphy ends up drinking.
Okay.
But it's not really a love potion. It was a failed lust potion. And it happens during a fight that Dresden has. So he's a wizard. He needs time to set things up. He's not a brawny fighting guy. So he's getting hurt bad. Like, things are getting shredded. He's trying to get the spell to go off, but he needs that person to get where his magic circle already is. It's a whole concoction. And while that's happening, it's like Murphy's boobs bounced boobily and her tongue flicked hesitant. Or like, it's just very weird as she's trying to seduce Dresden. It's a good book, though.
It's back to It's Always Sunny. A woman's mouth is not for the exiting of words, but for the entering of a man's dick.
Exactly.
Like, bro. As long as that's not the... You know what's way worse, in my opinion?
Huh.
So I've listened... Is the narrator of this book a woman?
The one I'm listening to? Yeah.
Okay.
It would be weird if it was a man.
The narrator for the Game of Thrones books is... He sounds like a really old, barely alive guy.
Yeah.
And him doing the women's voices during the sex scenes is really off-putting.
Yeah, that's interesting.
But it's also, like, kind of funny. I don't know. It totally takes you out of the moment, though.
Yeah. She does the men's voices as well, and she just deepens her voice, and she might use something to change her voice as well.
I feel like is it easier for women to do men's voices? I don't know. Maybe that's not.
I feel like, I don't know if it's easier, but it's not as jarring. If you were to be talking in your normal voice, it's a little bit more high pitched, and you go a little bit deeper for a man. That doesn't seem as weird as having a deeper voice and going a little higher for a woman. You know, like,
I think it's because most guys do that, where they go way too far with it.
Right, instead of like trying.
This is how women talk.
Yeah. Meep boop.
Meep boop. That's it. I've seen it. I've seen everything. If you don't get that, it's because you didn't watch Patreon.
Losers.
God, get out of here. I mean, stay here, and then when this is done, go do it. Hate your audience into supporting you. That's what we do here.
I'm going to sheath myself inside of you.
With consent.
With consent.
Do I have permission to sheath you?
Oh, man. I don't remember what I was... but I just think it's more jarring that way.
Yeah, I think so, too.
Yeah. So... One thing real quick, I got chastised a little bit because I told a joke that was told to me 2 episodes ago.
Okay.
And it was the why did the chicken cross the road thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I told it wrong. I said, why did the tofu chicken cross the road?
Why?
To prove it wasn't chicken.
Okay.
Right? And it's why did the tofu cross the road?
I was like, what the hell is a tofu chicken?
Yeah, to prove it isn't chicken. And I'm sorry to the person that wrote the joke.
Tofikin.
It's not a tofikin.
Chicken.
Chicken.
Why did the chicken cross the road?
Why?
To prove it wasn't chicken.
Oh, I get it.
Better.
Because like in our community, when we get fake meats, they remove vowels.
By law.
Mm-hmm. You can't call it chicken. It's chicken. More specifically, they replace vowels with apostrophes.
Yes. Or, yeah, that's most of it.
Yeah.
Gross. Well, that's all storytelling stuff. I mean, that was pretty good.
Yeah, I think we got pretty far into storytelling. Lexi, tell me something new to talk about.
Lexi, tell me something new to talk about. I wish Can you do like voice to text?
You probably can.
And then we just set my phone up right here.
Ooh, yeah.
I don't see a thing for voice to text.
Oh, there's no like little microphone.
How about exploring the concept of digital minimalism? It's a lifestyle approach centered around intentionally reducing the time and attention spent on digital devices and online activities to focus on what truly matters.
Okay, it's like digital nomads. I think there is a time and a place for digital nomads.
Boring. You should spend all your time online.
You should watch our thing multiple times.
Watch our thing.
I think there's something very real to be said about people that spend way too much time on the internet, spend way too much time enamored with constant stimulus from the internet. And I'm very much so at fault with this. I always I'm either listening to music, I'm listening to a book while I'm doing other things, which, okay, now hear me out. This is something I want to talk about a little bit.
Here comes the first stage.
Here comes the first. No, it's justification.
Bargaining.
Okay, it's bargaining. You and me are pretty much the same here. I found out my mom's the same here as well, and Connor is a little bit as well. We've talked about this before. We struggle with making mental images in our head.
Yes.
Right? Like, I don't know 100% how it is for you, right? It's, if I've seen it before, I can't see the image in my head, but I can recall what it is.
Apple. I know what I'm thinking of, but I don't think I see it.
Right, like I've seen I saw in the book I'm listening to, recently they went to a cottage and it was a white cottage in the woods, and I couldn't see that when it was being described to me, right? But it's really cool because it's on YouTube, and they put up photos for everything saying, hey, this is what it would look like.
It's like a picture
image, right? And I can recall, and I can't see it, but I know that it was an image that on the top half had a white cottage, on the right 2/3. And on the left 2/3, it had bushes. And below that was going to be the road leading up to the cottage. And on the bottom third were more bushes, right? I don't know what it looks like, but I know that, so I can recreate something similar.
Yeah.
Just not in my head. I could draw it. Is that how yours is?
Kind of, yeah. Like, I feel like every once in a while, something will break through and I can vaguely see, oh, it did pop into my head. Like, whoa.
Right.
But it feels like trying to capture smoke.
No, I agree. It feels, to me, it's like, let's say I have, because I'll get something that every once in a while, an image wants to pop up in my head. First of all, it disappears as soon as it comes back. Like, it's gone. But when it is there, it's like I'm looking through several shades of shadow at it.
Whoa.
No? Whoa.
Whoa.
So it'll be like, in a book I was listening to recently, somebody jumped up and hit a ship. And I can see very vaguely an image of that, just like a still frame of that hit. But it's way back there.
It's literally like you're looking at a black screen and the images are being drawn on it with slightly less black pencil. Yeah.
And then it's just gone. It's boom, boom. So the reason I justify needing all the stimulus, let's say I'm listening to an audiobook and playing, Subway Surfer at the same time, is because I don't have that other part of stimulus in my brain that other people do when they're reading a book.
Sure.
Right? I have to fill that void. That's my justification.
Good. Whatever you have to tell yourself.
That's what I have to tell myself.
I am guilty
of
the
9/11.
I was 8.
You were 8?
So probably.
Where were you?
Can I even be charged?
No, not as an adult.
Yeah.
Do you remember where you were? I don't remember it at all.
I think it's 3rd grade. My 3rd and my 4th grade classrooms it was in the same classroom.
Okay.
They switched it over the summer or whatever.
Yeah.
So I know it was that classroom, but I don't remember if it was 3rd or 4th grade.
Okay, that's fair.
I guess I could do the math. What age are you in 3rd or 4th grade?
I don't know. That's hard.
I was 8.
Okay.
So 3rd grade, I think. I think it was 3rd grade. And one of my classmates was actually vacationing in New York at that time.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay.
So they turned on the TV and we were like, oh,
you're like, Jerry, what are you doing?
But I didn't like him, so I was like, good.
Oh.
I hope he was at the World Trade.
That's crazy.
I'm just kidding. I didn't think
insane.
that. I didn't think that.
Wow. I think that's okay. Maybe it's that chair. Did you grab his chair on accident?
No. See, I got both handles.
Okay.
What? There's nothing anti-Semitic about that.
No, it's cool. Was he Jewish?
I don't know. I don't understand how people can visually tell if someone's Jewish, but I've seen so many jokes in TV and stuff that makes me think they can.
The joke is I think they have big noses.
Well, I understand that one, but like they'll say that like, oh, you can tell he's Jewish because of his nose or whatever. And I look at them, I was like, the nose is like, really? That could be like anyone's nose.
I don't know. You let us know how you can tell.
How do you spot them?
Yeah, them. God damn it.
It is this chair. No. But yeah, that's where I was. And then I remember same elementary school, like the next year or maybe 5th grade, 2 years later, we did like a big moment of silence. It was like, you ever do like, it's almost like a fair or whatever at your school, and they got like a dunk tank and all the fun games and stuff. And then like before that, we did like a big moment of silence outside.
Ouch. Put your claws away.
That's what I remember about 9/11.
Yeah. I don't remember anything.
Dang.
At all. I remember like a year or two later, they're like 9/11 happened. I was like, oh, what? But I know that just by when it happened, I would have been in school. Mm-hmm. And people that I was in school with tell me that they rolled the old TVs in. You'd have that giant stand with the block TV on it, and you'd roll it in. I don't remember any of that. That seems traumatizing to me. Like, hey kids, we're gonna watch this happen. Like,
yeah, I don't know why they showed me that in 3rd grade.
Right.
I would get like middle school maybe. They're like, oh, whoa. But honestly, it was probably just, the more I think about it, like a teacher is just like a, half the time, right? It's like a mid 20-year-old.
Yeah, they're not smart.
Like they were just like, whoa, what just happened? I can't look at it on my phone, but I want to watch this. So they roll in the TV and turn it on.
Yeah, their phones weren't even like to that capabilities yet.
Crazy how far we've come.
Isn't it? I mean, it's crazy. I can't remember who I was talking to the other day. Like I have, I was telling somebody that I kind of grew up with the internet, right? Mm-hmm. And they're like, no, you're not. You're only 28 years old. I'm like, yeah, but like, I had like an email and I was on social medias before Facebook was a thing. Mm-hmm. And Facebook's been a huge like shift forever. You know?
Face what? Sorry, I don't know if I've heard of that.
Oh, Facky Book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not the Facebook?
The Facebook? Yeah. So like I've grown up with the internet in its entirety, but it's just weird that I'm old. Smartphones weren't a thing until, after junior high for me, really.
Yep. I used to text on the little T9.
Yeah.
Where you had to hit the 9 3 times or the 5.
Yeah, for the hit Y. And...
Yeah, I don't know. It's crazy to me because like I feel like I am in the, which I think is like the break apart between millennials and Zoomers, right? Is that I kind of got the pre-full internet life and the post. Yeah. So like I've seen it where we did not have a family computer up through literally everyone has a computer in their pocket all the time.
Yeah, it's stronger than the family computer you would have had back then.
So I think I've experienced all of it. When no family computer, and then you have a family computer, and most people now are like, family computer? You mean like how every member of my family has a cell phone and a laptop?
No, it's like in the loft of my house, there was a computer that we had to take turns on using.
Mm-hmm. And you couldn't call at the same time?
Right, yeah. If somebody was calling and you went downstairs and picked up the landline down there, you'd be spying in on their conversation. Yeah, that
must have been fun for parents.
Oh, yeah. Right?
Now they can just install like whatever parental controls on your phone and they have access to everything.
Right, or they can just like get a transcript of your texts from your provider.
Actually, coincidentally, one of the things Lexi told us to talk about was parental like strategies and stuff, and like we're both experts at that.
Well, yeah, we both have 4 babies.
What would you do? Like, how do you envision yourself? Like, you've got your kids. When do they get a phone?
So first of all, I don't, because I can't envision myself. Second of all,
imagine I can perfectly visualize words on a page. But like any other picture just does not compute.
I think so. When I was younger, I fell off the counter and I gave myself a concussion and nothing happened. I didn't go to the hospital or anything like that. And
you remember?
And I was super tired. Well, we went to my grandma's right afterwards for it was like Christmas dinner, Thanksgiving or something like that. And the whole time I was just trying to fall asleep, which you're not supposed to. I did the bad things for it. It wasn't my fault. I was a baby. I was a child.
I wanted to go to sleep after mine too. Yeah. After I got golf clubbed.
And you're not supposed to. That's when the brain damage starts, right?
And I was like, there's no way I could fall asleep. I'm so tired. Maybe just a quick nap.
Yeah.
And they're like, no.
And I think, because I have a really good memory outside of that, I might have had what if that was the thing that changed me from not seeing photos? What you doing?
Oh, you ruined it.
Oh, doing it. What was that? What if that's what ruined me from having a photographic memory?
Yeah, I think about that.
Like I could have been a genius.
Because like I'm fairly different from my the rest of my family.
Yeah.
And what if it's because of that?
Oh, like it knocked something right.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to say it's right and they're wrong.
Oh.
But
it knocked you different.
Knocked me different. Like,
Yeah,
what if my entire personality...
If your brother never
vastly,
knocked you up with a golf club.
Like, thanks, dude. Or what if I could have been like a prodigy?
Right? What if you've been like playing piano, just going,
and
your
now I'm
fingers
just
aren't long enough for piano?
Now I'm just fairly above average.
Fairly, like
But
decent.
like I could have been way above average.
Yeah,
I could have been like Einstein.
True.
You know,
what if
he married his cousin?
What side of your head did it hit? Okay, can I hit the other side?
Even it out?
Yeah.
Boom. Ow. That actually... Am I sensitive on the side of my head? Nah, we're good.
No, we're good.
I just want to take a quick nap. I don't know.
I don't remember what we were talking about right before.
When
parental,
would you
what would I do? Okay, you can get phones that don't have access to the internet, that are very rudimentary, that are just like, hey, you can call and text these numbers.
Yeah.
And I think it's very smart to get one of those for your kid if there is ever an instance where they're not being supervised.
Or just in general, it's so much easier to like check in on them or something.
Right.
Like, I don't know how parents back in the day did that. They were just like, oh, you know, little Timmy, he's off playing at Jerry's house.
Right. And that's
how
what
do you
I mean,
know?
Because at that point, like, they're not being supervised for you. What's going on? Yeah. I was being a hooligan. Right, I would be like, I'm gonna go do this, and I would disappear anywhere, and I'm like, oh, the street lights are coming on. I need to get home. My dad would do the whistle thing. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about. Where like you're off playing in the neighborhood, and then he just whistles really loud, and you're like, oh crap, it's time to go home. My dad's looking for me. My dad has a really, really loud whistle. He can do that.
That's impressive.
Anywhere in the neighborhood.
But like you have to at that point.
Yeah. That's like, isn't that weird? I got called like a dog. I got herded.
Yeah.
Right.
Come here, Brayden. Come on.
Right. But loud, super loud. He got a loud whistle.
Not like that one.
No,
You're
I can't whistle as loud.
Little bitch whistle.
Yeah, my little BBB whistle, you know.
Baby bitch whistle.
Yeah. I was thinking Brokeback, but no, it's cool. My little brother Connor, he has a pretty loud whistle as well. He can do the thing. I want to learn how to do it, but I don't know how to practice because it feels like.
I bet that you would have a really loud whistle if you didn't get a concussion.
Probably. Yeah.
That's what it was.
That's the thing I lost. Can we go back?
Do you think the fact that your eyesight is compromised,
okay,
affects you being able to visualize things? I guess you have glasses, so you can see it normally sometimes.
I don't know. I remember. I think there was definitely a change. I remember being in junior high and reading a specific book, and like
seeing it.
Yeah, I remember because when I think of the book, I think of specific events that happened. A train came up, the tree turned into a toothpick. There was the lake there where the other half of the toothpick was. It's a whole thing. Toothpicks are important.
Okay.
There was a tree that was from another. There's a person, we'll call him essentially a fairy, from a different realm that got punished and brought to the human world, and made into a tree, and they grew.
Okay.
And that was kind of their punishment because they were like the king of where they were at before. Well, eventually that tree gets cut down, and all that's left is them as a toothpick. All of their embodiment got put into a toothpick.
Sure.
However, what actually was is their personality got split into multiple parts, and the good part of them was in the toothpick. So in their mind, that person's all righteous, but the really bad parts of them were over here. So one toothpick evil, one not, and that's the whole thing. But I remember the book not as reading it. When I think of the book, I think of like, oh, there was like the train and this and
almost
that.
Like you watched a movie.
Yeah. So maybe my vision is how my vision in my right eye, when there's light around, is how I see images in my head. Like if you were to be standing right here by that light, you wouldn't have a face in my right eye.
I just looked at it and I don't see your face.
Right.
So.
Yeah, it just wouldn't exist. Because it's gone. So maybe it does. Maybe there's some sort of link between vision and vision.
Because like how, I don't know. That's probably just coincidence.
Yeah. It's probably just you remember things differently.
I like the isolated phone, no internet, just connect calls.
Yeah.
Or texts. Parents trusted.
Right. And then junior high probably is when.
Junior high.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think junior high, and the reason I think junior high is at that point, if you don't I think you start to make real effects on the child's mental health. Not because like they don't have access to the internet, but because kids are ruthless. And if they don't have a phone that gives them access to the internet, they're going to get bullied. You know?
So you're just giving in. You're just giving in. You're just letting the bullies win.
No, I'm not. I don't want them to get bullied.
Oh. I feel like same answer, but for a very different reason.
Yeah.
Because I feel like once you're in like junior high, even middle school, like honestly, like you can't control information enough. Like your kids are going to find out pretty much everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whether they have a phone, their friends have a phone, their friends' friends have a phone, they heard about it from someone at school. Like you just start learning basically.
Information's everywhere.
Even before the internet, like
yeah,
it just happens.
Right. I mean, I think a prime example is like all the different games kids played.
Elaborate. Like tag is dirty.
No, like the game.
The game.
Yeah. Like
what game?
I lost the game. Did you ever do that one?
I don't.
No, the game is. Do you?
If I say no, I can't lose. So.
The rule is if you remember the game, you have to announce that you lost the game.
Why do you think I got hit by a golf club?
But like I don't know, I didn't see that on the internet. It just happened, but it happened everywhere. Everybody had the same rule.
From the internet.
Yeah, but you're older.
You're it's true. I was the guy that spread it to the lower class.
To us. There's just a bunch of things like that like people knew these weird games that like why did you do that? Why did everybody have the same type of joke? Why were your mama jokes the same everywhere?
Yeah, it just travels, and especially with the internet, there's just no way. So I feel like I think more important than like junior high. Here's your phone. I can see blocking like social media accounts.
Well,
but they can make them in secret, so it's hard. But like
certain states are having parental controls where like you have phones that inherently don't have access to those sites, and you have to get permission from your parent to get them.
Yeah, and it's just I feel like 16 and under, maybe 18 and under, just no social media for you. Sorry.
Social media is a detriment to society. It's bad.
It's terrible. But yeah, I think more important is like, here's your phone, here's your unlimited internet access. Here are things I want you to not do, and here's why.
Yeah.
And I hope you trust me, and if you don't, you're going to find out. But like,
don't look up 2 Girls 1 Cup. Meatspin.com is bad.
It's like, the passing of the torch is just warning them about all the, hey, if you ever see this where you have to drag the thing through the tunnel, don't do it.
Don't.
It's a trick.
Do you remember back when limits were set on how many text messages you can send, how many minutes you can talk? Right. I remember like getting in trouble because my parents would be like, you sent 5,000 messages last month. You are in trouble. You cost us so much money.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I didn't know there was a limit. I was just talking to my friends.
I'll stop sending 3-word texts.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Which could be the case. A lot of my messages now, like if I'm like actually talking to people for like not just, hey, let's go do this, are like novels. not that bad.
Yeah.
But I'll send like my messages. It's not uncommon to have paragraph.
Okay. Weird.
With the introduction of what?
What?
With the introduction of Snapchat's reply feature and stuff like that, I've started using that a lot more. So because Instagram has it, Snapchat has it, Discord has it. Mm-hmm. Instead of being like, hey, we had this 3 different conversation threads and respond to each one of them as if their own paragraph, I'll now just do the reply feature. Yeah. So I guess it's more short form bits.
Probably smarter.
Yeah.
But yeah, just talk to your kids, you know. Be like, hey, like this podcast is good to watch on YouTube. That's good. But maybe don't look up the super hardcore pornography stuff because it's going to break your brain.
Because it's bad for you.
Yeah.
Hi. Okay. Yeah. No. I'll talk more. I get it. I'm sorry. I'll stop solving the Rubik's Cube, and I'll start talking more.
You have like the parental request. You're like, hey, I want to create a Facebook account, and you give them permission on your phone, and you're like, hey, I want to watch this porn video. It's like, that seems softcore enough.
That seems softcore enough. What's in that? Blood play? That's fine, I guess.
Hentai? You're not old enough for that.
That's unrealistic standards, son. You can't do that. You need...
I saw a little meme thing when it's a guy talking to are they called gorgons? like Medusa,
Like,
right?
yeah, yeah.
Like where they have the
like
snake
a
hair.
Demogorgon type of thing.
And it's like, does the carpet match the drapes? And
Yeah,
then
it's
it
snake.
shows him like panic, like, oh my God, no. And she's like, you asked. He's like, I was talking about the color, not the snake pubes.
Do those ones also freeze you? Did the snake pubes turn you into stone?
Isn't it the eyes?
Oh yeah, it is the eyes. It's
It's
not
the
the. It's not
eyes.
the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Idiot.
I'm sorry.
Learn
I'm
your
not.
Greek
Mythology?
mythology.
Mythology. Can you ask Lexi? I just want to know what their thoughts are on the Jews.
Why?
It's just every time we bring a guest on, I feel like
I'm
this
gonna
is,
get like banned.
But what if they're good things? Say I like them, but what are your thoughts on the Jews?
I'm like literally gonna get put on a list.
That's why we're using your phone and not mine.
As an AI developed by OpenAI, I don't have personal opinions or beliefs. It's important to approach discussions about any group of people with respect, understanding, and empathy, recognizing the diversity and individuality within any community. If you have specific questions about Jewish culture, history, or anything else related to the topic, feel free to ask, and I'll do my best to provide factual and informative responses.
Sounds like a cop out. I think Lexi has some dark thoughts they don't want us to know about.
Now, what if I type the same question in the other chair? Does it affect OpenAI?
That's a good question. We can find out. Wait, what you typing up?
Don't worry about it.
Okay. I'm worried about it.
Why don't scientists trust atoms?
Why don't they trust atoms?
Why don't they trust atoms?
Well, I think it's because people named Adam are usually probably too closely tied to religion.
Because they
And
make up
religion-
everything.
And science are at odds. Atoms, not atoms.
Atoms.
Oh,
Atoms.
atoms.
That'd be funny. Why don't scientists trust people named Adam?
Yeah. It's like, why don't they trust people named Jeremiah, Adam, all the different, religion-based names.
Yeah.
Biblical names, that's what they call them.
Yeah.
What was one more on there?
Oh my God.
I want to know. I want chat to keep telling me the GPTs. You can't put it away.
Number me.
Number you? 5. Nice, easy, concise.
No.
6.
That's the first one we did.
1. Wait, I chose 8 for the first time. You gave me 6 instead of 8?
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you gaslighting?
No, I would never gaslight or girl boss you.
8 is travel tales.
Yeah, travel tales?
Mm-hmm. Sharing travel experiences, tips, and recommendations from different destinations.
I don't want to do that one.
1. The future of work. Discussing remote work trends, automation, and the gig economy.
Economy. I think we should adopt a different work style.
I think that robots can't take our jobs fast enough.
True. I am... I'm an Andrew Yang simp,
Whatever happened to that guy?
I don't know. If you guys don't know, he was someone that was promoting universal basic income and saying, like, we spent a lot of money on these different things that if we allocated it differently, it wouldn't affect that because it wouldn't be needed. It's like we take A, and A goes to B to help C. But if we get rid of B and just have A help C, we can do universal basic income.
So many letters.
Yeah, it's just cut out that middleman. The middleman
Yeah.
costs us a lot of money and is unnecessary. And if we were to do that, we would have the money to make sure everybody gets a base $1,000 in their bank account every month. And it's not enough to live off of because it's below the poverty line, right? But it's something that's going to increase the quality of our economy because things are being bought more frequently. It's going to reduce world hunger, reduce homelessness. It's just going to be an overall boost.
So
What's his thought?
you're a communist.
I'm a commie.
No, UBI makes so much sense. Like, we have to.
Yeah. Why? I don't know.
It would just make our country so much more better. So much more better.
I agree.
Like, because for the biggest argument with programs like this usually is, why would you give all that money to the rich people? They don't need it. It's like, yeah, but it doesn't really help them that much.
Yeah, $1,000 is nothing to them.
So who cares? We'll tax it on the other side.
The other one is from the people that need it being like, you're just going to give it to people as handouts and they're going to use it to buy drugs. I'm like, okay. And they stimulate the economy that way.
Yeah, let's tax the drugs too.
Yeah.
That's what we should do.
I saw a truck that said, this vehicle is owned and operated under the constitutional right for freedom of travel, so it doesn't need a license plate. And it's like, you can't just put that on your window.
And when you saw that, was it in the shoulder with a car behind it with lights on?
No, but it was a white
Not yet?
van.
Oh.
Which
Whoa.
I think someone's in a fight. You guys probably didn't hear that, but someone just like slammed their door here.
Dang.
That was crazy.
How
Someone's
do you
mad.
feel about door slamming?
It's like people that walk loudly.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. What about you slamming the door loudly because someone else was walking loudly?
I think that's bad.
Oh.
I don't.
You don't fight fire with fire?
No.
Eye for an eye?
Uh-uh.
Toothpick for toothpick?
No, I'm not going to be. Same start with a G. Glenn? Might have been Glenn.
What?
In the Garth. Something like that. In the book.
Oh.
It was the good one and the bad one. Evil G and good G. No, I think we as a society have an issue of fighting fire with fire. We match energy. We shouldn't match energy.
Wow.
Okay, you can match energy.
I think it depends.
But I think we jump to matching energy too quick. We say we're in a disagreement and you're upset and yelling, so I'm going to be upset and yelling, and now we're not going to do anything.
I think you couldn't be more wrong.
Okay.
Loser.
Yeah, no, it's cool. I'm glad you have that opinion.
Dumb
but
bitch.
That's cool.
You'll talk all big to Milo when he's walking away.
Yeah, you're not walking away right now. Walk away.
That's right. Nah, everyone should de-escalate. I agree.
Mm.
That's just hard. We just don't disagree on anything.
You and I?
Yeah.
We've talked about it once on a podcast. Where
What podcast?
This podcast.
Hey.
Where we were talking about red flags we might have, and I said mine is I'm too like content and agreeable, you know,
Breedable.
and breedable.
How'd you hear that? Did I say that out loud?
That was-
Oh no!
He's in my head. No, actually, I was talking to my friend, and we both sent the same type of message at the same time kind of the same time to each other, completely unannounced. And it was like, it was.
Oh, you're just a poser.
I'm just a poser. We both sent so my friend sent me a message on Snapchat that was a fake email from a fake corporation going over something.
Okay.
And I sent them a message on Instagram that was a fake email from a fake corporation saying something. But we had not seen the other one first, because it's like, oh, we sent those, and then later on we both went to the opposite apps. And we're like, what the hell?
Yeah.
And they were in my head, just like I was in your head when I heard you call me breedable.
Dang. That's gross. Unsanitary. Is it? Do we have like a weird thing from the edamame?
We've fused. Is that what it is? I'm a better person now because of it.
Yeah. And I'm a worse person.
Yeah. Well, no, because
Somehow.
you didn't put my edamame in your mouth, right?
You don't know.
Buddy.
Man, that
did
looked
you?
like it sucked for Brayden after he leaves. I wonder though.
But like, how bad did it suck? You know, was it a good suck? Getting sucked always is good, right? What are your opinions on oral?
In general,
Yeah,
good.
good.
I like it.
Huh?
I like it.
I like it, and I prefer it to happen to me more. I view it as like a more intimate thing than just sex.
Dang. Really?
Yeah.
I don't think I agree with that.
No?
How is it more intimate?
I don't know. To me, it just feels more like
In what way? I guess.
I would feel more comfortable getting down with someone than I would getting down. You know?
Both giving, receiving?
Yeah.
Huh.
It feels, I don't know. I don't know if it's something to do with the mouth, but it just feels more.
Because I was gonna say I can.
Maybe it's the lack of protection, really. Like, I don't know. I don't usually wear a condom if I'm getting oral.
You don't?
No.
That's not safe.
No, do you? I get the flavored ones. Mine's always banana flavored.
I'm just picturing trying to like give a blowjob and you're like sucking so hard the latex goes way back down.
I don't know. To me, it feels like a more intimate task to do.
I was gonna say I can kind of understand the trusting aspect of like there's teeth around my junk. I hope I trust this person, but like I don't know.
Maybe it's I don't know. I think I don't know. Maybe it's because the mouth is like whatever you put there, you want to trust that that's clean, and the mouth is just like more invasive to a human body than going into the other spots.
It's just because you don't have a vagina.
Maybe.
Do you think it would feel less intimate if you had a vagina?
I don't know.
You ever think about that?
Well, when we bring a woman on this podcast, if we decide to stop
we
being
ever meet one.
misogynistic.
Oh.
If we ever meet one.
With Samson and Milo around, they
Yeah.
might not want to be here.
True. We can ask them, though. We'll find out one day, I guess. But no, there was a thread on Reddit about it, and I kind of agreed. Somebody was like, if someone cheats on me, I prefer it's just sex and not oral.
Interesting. I don't think I get that at all.
No? I don't know. Maybe I'm weird.
So, do you think it matters between as a man having that feeling and a woman having that feeling?
Or that it's more intimate?
Or so let's just focus on you. So you would prefer like your woman partner having sex like PIV versus oral. If you got cheated on.
If I got cheated on.
Like when you get cheated on.
When I
that's
do.
What you would
the
prefer.
next time it happens. Yeah, because it feels less. It feels heat of the moment, and I don't know, oral feels closer. It feels like a closer, more intimate task to do.
That's so weird to me. Interesting. I don't know. I can't compute. That doesn't happen to me.
We found something we disagree on. Now get mad at me about it.
You legitimately, you would be fighting or confronting your partner about cheating, and they're like, "Don't worry, it was just sex."
No, I think it would just maybe hurt less if it wasn't like, I don't know.
Weird.
It wouldn't be a conversation I have with them necessarily. But if they told me like I cheated on you, I gave a blowjob versus I cheated on you and had sex, I think, yeah. I'll do some field research. I'll start dating someone and have them cheat on me, and then I'll do another one and have them cheat on me the other way, and I'll see which one like affects me more.
You have to be really careful about how you do the controls for that experiment, though. Like, I feel like you're gonna have to simul-date twins.
Okay.
And spend equal amount of time with both of them, and then I will subtly like inception into each of them how they should cheat on you.
Oh, okay. I thought I'll subtly like get them to cheat on me, with me.
I don't know if I'd want to do that. That sounds messy.
Yeah, that sounds.
I'd rather this experiment does not affect my life.
Right. I mean, but like pleasure's pleasure. So like, why does it matter? You know?
I would just go after. You know. Sloppy seconds.
Sloppy seconds.
What a weird term. Oh.
I don't know.
Hey, that's so weird. I'm sorry.
That's okay. No, you
processing. What about? Okay. You got PIV, you got oral, and you got anal.
Yeah.
Which do you choose your partner to cheat on you with?
I don't know. Maybe it's subjective. Maybe it's not subjective. Like it's what's the word? Circumstance. Remember, it's circumstantial.
Maybe. I don't know. Okay. It's clicking. I get it.
Clicking.
Okay.
Are you sure? I feel like you're just saying that because you don't want to be like.
No, I
left out.
can kind of understand. Like from your perspective, you're thinking it's less heat of the moment.
Yeah.
And like a whole other thing to like service the other person. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess that's
like
probably a good way to do it. I think like one of them is definitely more service based because there's nothing out of it that you're doing. Like one of them, if you're giving oral, it doesn't necessarily give you physical pleasure. Right?
Some people.
Some people do. Some people give physical pleasure, more mental or emotional pleasure of that you're servicing somebody else, right?
But like at the end of the day, it's all mental pleasure, right?
Well, I guess it goes to the brain technically, and like the neurons, electricity. But it's different, you know? It's different. Yeah, I think so.
I don't know.
You don't know?
You never had like a wet dream or something?
I don't think I've never had a wet dream. No, I've never had a dream that results in my bedsheets being.
Can't get yourself off, huh?
Okay, with wet dreams, does peeing the bed count?
I don't think so.
Okay. What if somebody's into piss play? Then does it?
Sure. Yeah.
Weird, but no.
There's a Workaholics, and the three of them are watching basically what it amounts to like an OnlyFans girl.
Okay.
But there's communication back and forth, you know?
Well, you can talk to the fake guys.
But it's like live. I don't know if they do that on OnlyFans or not. I've never been on. But so they're back and forth with this woman, and they have to like take turns, obviously, because it's less weird
Oh, they're
if one
like,
is there.
Yeah, they go into the glory hole room, but
then
it's just the
but then there are certain times where all three of them are there and they're just chatting with her.
yeah.
And one of the characters, Adam, basically figures out a loophole where he can masturbate without actually using his hands.
Oh,
he's
like
like,
the
guys, it
Kama
doesn't
Sutra.
count. They're like, not while we're here.
Right. There's the
And he's like, I'm doing it.
there's a whole thought of like hands-free masturbation.
Mhm.
You can think yourself into orgasm.
I'm just saying the pleasure could be.
It could be,
equivalent.
yes. I think it could be. Occasionally, though, or not occasionally, I think more often than not, it's more of the pleasure's mental from, I'm doing this because I want that person to feel good.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Rather than sex is, we're doing this because we both want to feel good.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that aspect of it is the part that probably feels more intimate to me.
I think so too. Yeah.
Right? And then,
Because it's less like I'm doing sex with another person because it feels good for me and I wanted
Yeah.
to in that moment versus I'm giving them a bunch of pleasure with getting little out of it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right? You're doing
see.
it very. Yeah, I think that's why.
See, I
That's
told
probably
you,
why I see
it
more
clicked.
intimate. Yeah, we got
I got
there.
it.
We got there. We found a
I'm-
way to describe it. Do you think we're wrong? I don't think we're wrong. We're right.
My mind is so open
Yeah.
that I can
Keep going. Do this. I like what you're doing. This is good. I understand
I was going
more.
this way.
I know, but you're doing the thing.
Mhm.
I like it. Imitation is the highest form of flattery, and I feel so flattered.
Is that why you started doing good at basketball? Got him.
Yeah, it is. I wanted to imitate my best boy over here. Thank you.
Cool.
Well, I think we've been going for a minute. I want to know what you guys think about oral, and is it different with eating ass? Would you ever eat ass?
Sure.
What, you would?
Why not?
I wouldn't.
Oh.
I would not. I don't. That seems gross to me. Do you know what comes out of that?
Would you go down on a girl? You know what comes out of that?
I just feel like
Uterine wall.
Yeah, I don't know. It gets cleaned every month. I don't.
Would you ever eat placenta?
Yeah, that's a cuisine. What?
Looping back to cultural cuisines.
No, it feels gross to me. Dirty.
No.
It's like.
I mean, I would only if like the partner is clean, like obviously.
Yeah,
but like that applies equally to vagina.
Yeah, I don't know.
And
maybe
ideally,
it's probably,
sex in general.
Yeah, it's probably cultural for me. You know what's normative compared to not.
Mhm.
But
You
to
just
me,
make sure you only do it after a deep scrub shower session.
after we both get in the shower and we bleach our assholes so that when
You do the sunshine thing.
yeah, you do
Yeah.
sun bleaching. So we're gonna go on a retreat, and okay, buddy, our next podcast vacation.
Okay.
Let's go somewhere with a beach where it's sandy and warm, and then we'll sun bleach each other's assholes, and then we'll try it. We'll see if it's like what if
I'm
it,
telling you, like UV rays kill everything.
It's just so gross. I don't get it. I can't.
You're like, never mind.
Well,
I can't even hypothetically.
It's just disgusting. I can't do it. I don't like it. I don't like the idea of it. It's
Well, hey, I would never pressure you to do that.
okay.
So
Right.
I would. Interesting.
I can get why it would be pleasurable. I can't get the giving it part. I don't. There's nerves down there. Nerves can receive feeling and therefore
Well,
can
the
receive
reason
pleasure or pain.
You do that to give the pleasure to the other person.
It's too far from me. It's gross.
That would be like a deal breaker.
Why
Why didn't you list that on your red flags?
True, but we weren't talking about sexual red flags. We were just talking about like emotional. You know, like my sexual red flag is they want me to eat their booty hole.
Okay.
I'm not gonna do it. I'm sorry.
Hard line.
Yeah, I
Dude,
can't.
it's like an inch away.
It's an inch away.
I don't know. They're pretty close to each other.
Sure, but it's different. I think it's different.
Okay.
I think it's different.
It's basically the same thing.
I only date girls that wipe up. That way, I get best of both worlds.
We were having a good we were having a good time, and you had to say that. And now that's in my brain.
Yeah.
And somehow it's pictured perfectly clear.
Yeah, and that one
Damn
I can see. You fixed me, but I don't like it. Take it back.
Okay, yep. Hey, thanks for watching and listening. Good stuff.
Yeah, we have to leave them with a message. GPT told us that. What's an important message to know about the podcast?
Always
this week's
be
episode.
wiping down.
I've had to tell that to someone before.
That sucks.
It was, yeah. I was like, girl, what are you doing? You're going to hurt yourself and you're going to hurt me in the process. You need to other way.
That really sucks.
Mm-hmm.
So actually, you know what? That's way more important than how you give your kids phones and stuff. Teach them how to clean themselves.
Yeah, be hygienic.
For women, which direction do you wipe? For men, if they're, uncircumcised, I guess.
Right.
How to clean.
Would you go?
Actually, you know what? I bet there's a ton of men that don't even know how to wipe. Wipe.
There's no. There's a thing. There's a thing about that. Apparently, skid marks in underwear, some men think is just normal.
No.
Do you have skid? You took a second.
I think I probably clean too much. So
yeah, I make sure I'm bleeding before I leave.
Yes. It's like the uterine wall thing.
Yeah, you want to bleed so you know it's clean.
I never got that thing. Like, men don't know how hard women have it. They bleed every month. It's like, bitch, I bleed every day.
Every time I'm on the toilet, blood.
Always be bleeding.
Last question. Sorry. If you could go back and change if you were circumcised or not, would you?
I don't know.
I wouldn't. I'm uncut and I wouldn't go back. Sorry, I'm cut and I wouldn't go back to be uncut because it feels dirtier, right? Theoretically, there's not scar tissue there, so it's more sensitive. Sure, I don't care, but it's so much more maintenance and could be more gross.
I feel like I don't believe that being uncut would really be that much more maintenance.
I don't know.
Don't you just clean it?
Yeah, but like I don't know. I've heard.
I think it's
stories.
only a lot of maintenance because a lot of dudes are gross.
Yeah, dudes are just weird in general.
I'm pretty sure I would be able to handle it. I'm not super like the only reason I'm like leaning towards I'd probably go is just because like why are you cutting my dick?
Why do you? It feels
why
invasive.
do we do this? Stop. But
right.
like now that it's done, it's like whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never had like a big drive to, but if like
it just feels gross to me.
I wouldn't like if I had a time machine or something. I wouldn't go back and change that or like
that wouldn't be your thing.
A genie wish or something.
Yeah.
But like if I was the one to make the decision originally, yeah, I'd just be like, don't cut.
Yeah. Why would you?
Why? Don't do it. As long as the parents know how to take care of it too, because
you have to do it until they're old enough to do it.
Just people clean.
Be healthy.
Clean your stuff down like below the waist, above the knees. Take extra care. Mm-hmm. Actually, clean the whole thing.
The whole like top to bottom, and not just when it rains.
Is it a red flag? Last question. Everyone should answer. If your partner asked you to pee on them, would you?
Would I if my partner asked me to pee on them?
And you don't even have to answer. That's just like I want to leave everyone with that.
We just want to leave it simmering?
Mm-hmm.
Should we cut off the episode right when we're about to answer?
Yeah. Okay. So on 3, do you have your answer?
Okay. Okay. So if my partner came up to me and said, hey, let's hop in the shower and I want to pee on you.
Not in the shower.
Just in general?
Yeah.
Anywhere. Set the scene.
I don't know. I've never done piss play, but like, what if like they're like, you know what? Let's throw a tarp on the bed. Cover me. I don't know. What do people do?
I would.
So you would.
Wait.
Sorry. The AM thing got me thinking, why don't we just use the 24-hour clock?
We should just use the 24-hour clock. Do you know what time it is right now in 24-hour clock time?
1,300 hours.
It's 1 o'clock?
Yeah.
Nice. How do you do it? Oh, you have it on
my clock is a 13. You just subtract 2.
Yeah, okay, that's how I do it.
Yeah.
Some people like go the full way and they subtract 12. And I'm like, that's just too hard.
That only matters for like 2 hours.
Yeah, like, that's just too hard.
But like, I saw a post that was like, so Zoomers, once the boomers are all dead, are we switching to metric or what? Before metric, I would rather switch the clocks.
I'm down to do both. Oh, guys, I don't have the lap real estate right now. And no, it doesn't work. Samson, it's not going to work.
He's done the math.
I only have one.
Stand back.
Well, he figured it out.